We're back here on One with a very special guest. Lucky we could get a few minutes with him. Fordham's all-time leading passer and the newest Washington Commander, Tim DeMorat, joins us for the special one-on-one. Tim, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Doing well, Ryan. Thanks for having me, man.
Appreciate you coming on for sure. So, we've talked, you've been in the studio a few times, but just these last few months since you left the campus at Rose Hill, kind of walk us through what you were doing leading up to the draft, any specifics, and then this last week, which I'm sure has been a whirlwind.
Yeah, so I graduated Fordham in December, and then kind of after that, training in Fort Myers for kind of like pre-draft workouts and, footwork, pro day drills, all that sort of thing. And then I did 2 all-star games, Hula Bowl and Shrine Bowl, so got to show my talents in front of some NFL scouts doing that. And then kind of just training some more, and then did a pro day, and then kind of met with some teams and just kind of had to wait and sit around for the draft and that whole weekend, which, is obviously, a long weekend and pretty stressful, but happy with the way it worked out for sure.
Absolutely. Thank you for the time, Tim. It's a huge experience to get that call from the Commanders, I'm sure. What were your first reactions when you realized that the Commanders wanted you?
Yeah, I was relieved, obviously, to get signed because it's a dream come true. Obviously you wanted to get drafted and that didn't happen, but coming from a small school, I'm just grateful to get signed and have that opportunity, to go out to Washington and just work my hardest and do everything I can do to make a roster. But it was obviously a dream come true and exciting to know that you signed with an NFL team, because it's something that I dreamt of doing my whole life. But just excited and kind of relieved at the same time.
Now, specifically on the Commanders, what are some of the reasons you believe this was the right fit for you? We know there were talks previously about you potentially joining the Jets for a rookie minicamp, something like that. So why did you feel at the end of the day the Commanders were the right spot?
Yeah, well, obviously, I was grateful to be able to sign with Washington. My agent was kind of working for me over the weekend. He felt like it was, the best opportunity for me to go there and work my hardest and make the team. And, I agreed with him. And obviously I was just grateful for the opportunity. And, they're a team that I kind of liked throughout the entire process. And I felt like it was kind of, an easy decision for me. And I think it's going to work out for me, hopefully.
For sure. And going into Washington, they have a very passionate fan base. What is one thing that this fan base should know about you as you head to the Commanders?
I'm just extremely excited and grateful to be part of, a prestigious team like Washington. They have, from what I've heard, is an extremely passionate fan base. Like you said, being in Washington, D.C., it's kind of surreal to know that I'm going out there, a kid from Florida. So yeah, I think they're just getting somebody who's going to work his hardest and bust his butt to, be the best football player I can be. Hopefully make the team and just be prepared for whenever my name's called and help this football team, win football games.
Join now with Tim DeMorat. And Tim, we know it's obviously always been your dream to make the NFL, but you put up a historic season last fall. I'm wondering, was there a specific moment on the field, maybe off it, where you realized it really snapped for you? Okay, this is something that can be real. This isn't just a dream. I can make the NFL.
Yeah, it was definitely early in my career, always kind of just a dream. And yeah, I didn't really think that I would actually be at this stage at this moment. But I think, going into this past senior season, we had a really good spring ball and the offense was clicking, and then kind of just rolling early on to the season. I felt like, I was just playing my best football, and I felt like, I've gotten kind of better each year. And if I keep playing at this high level and kind of continue to grow, then I feel like I can play with the best of the best and make it an NFL team. I was grateful to have, a great team around me, great coaches, and really good receivers on offensive line. So I felt like the Fordham program and offense, especially last year, was just made my life easy and helped me get to where I am at now for sure.
I know I speak for me and Ryan when I say it's been amazing to watch you at Fordham these past few years, and of course for the FCS as a whole as well. Looking forward to the next few years, do you have any advice for other FCS quarterbacks who are looking to make that jump to the NFL?
Yeah, I mean, I think you see it a lot nowadays. More and more people from the FCS, getting their shot at the NFL. But I would say, guy did is trying to make the NFL. I think it's just kind of getting better day by day and year by year, and that's something I kind of just focus on. Is just getting a little bit better each year and improving every single season. I felt like I did that, and I always felt like if I got better a little bit each year, then eventually at some point you'll be good enough to play at the highest level. So that's something I always try and do, and will still try and do now that I'm on an NFL team.
Now, while we're on the topic of the FCS, Fordham has an NFL pipeline. Chase Edmonds, Nick Sakel recently the year before you. Just wondering if any of them reached out or talked to you throughout this process after you signed, or any conversations there?
Yeah, so Nick, I was at school with Nick pretty much my whole career at Fordham, so I've always been pretty close with Nick, and he's somebody who's he's obviously have tremendous success at San Francisco, making their football team. And he's somebody I reach out to with questions, text, phone call, and he's he always tells me any questions you don't hesitate to ask. So he's somebody who's great to have in the NFL, to bounce questions off of, going in as a rookie. What do you need to focus on? What do you need to do to be successful? So he's somebody who's a great friend and mentor that's helped me out a lot.
And then staying on the topic of Fordham, how do you feel like Fordham University football has prepared you to take that next step?
Yeah, I think a lot of people talk about it being Patriot League lower level football, so it's not it's not Alabama or FBS football, but I think Fordham has done a great job. Coach Collin giving me an opportunity to come play for his team, and just the relationships I built with him, and my offensive coordinator Kevin Decker, who's he's like a brother / father to me, and he's kind of taught me everything about the quarterback position, and he's been my coach for 4 years, so I feel like he deserves all the credit for help and guide me and prepare me for the next level. So I think Fordham, my teammates and coaches, they've definitely done a great job in preparing me for the next step. And I think it kind of shows with guys like me, Nick, Chase, that have been in the NFL.
Now, you're somebody who's continued to defy the odds. I believe coming out of high school, Fordham was your only offer. Then you go undrafted. So what is it about that chip on your shoulder that you think potentially could drive you to continue to prove people wrong throughout the process?
Yeah, I mean, I think it definitely gives you a little bit of an edge. I'm not a guy where I play with a huge chip on my shoulder and trying to prove doubters. I feel like, I'm always self-motivated and try and prove myself right and the people that believe in me right. Because I've been blessed to have a great opportunity to play at Fordham and still, sign with an NFL team. But I think, it's definitely a little bit extra that drives you, because I did only have one offer out of high school, and then going undrafted, I feel like it kind of just, never get complacent, I can always have room to improve, obviously. So I feel like that definitely helps drive me to know that I can get so much better and keep improving and, prove people right and myself right.
How unique is this for QBs in the future who are looking at Fordham, for you to be able to say, like, you can come to Fordham and then you can also make the NFL? I think that's something that's incredible, and I want to hear your take on that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it goes to show. I think there's 3 guys in the NFL from Fordham right now, so absolutely. It doesn't matter where you play, but especially Fordham, it's Division I football. You can get a great education, obviously being in New York City, which is awesome. And if you want to pursue the NFL, you have every possibility to do that. So I think, Fordham's a program, that's on the rise. I enjoyed myself there. I had tremendous 4.5 years, didn't ever enter the transfer portal. So I think it's definitely a testament to that program at Fordham that, if you put your mind to it, you can achieve great success and, have goals that go into the NFL, no doubt.
Now, last question for you, Tim. You're not the only Fordham Ram that's looking to make that jump. Ryan Greenhagen, Francisco Kosuas, I'm sure others are also trying to make it to the league. Give us some reasons for them specifically why NFL teams should give them a shot.
Yeah, I mean, tremendous players. Greenhagen, I mean, he had 31 tackles versus Nebraska last year. I feel like if you just put on that clip on YouTube, you can just watch that and watch that entire clip and see that this guy deserves to be on an NFL team. And I feel like he's a guy that's going to make it. You know, I'm sure he has a tremendous chip on his shoulder right now. He's a guy that's the hardest worker I've ever been around. I feel like he's going to show in camp an NFL team with his work ethic and skill set that he's got what it takes. And, you know, Fotis, another guy, extremely underrated. You know, such a productive receiver at Fordham, you know, great skill set. So I feel like both those guys deserve a shot, no doubt.
Well, Tim, we thank you once again and congratulations. I'm sure this has been an exciting time with friends and family. So get back to that, get ready for the season, and hopefully we'll catch up again soon.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me on, guys. I really appreciate it.
Great. And we'll be right back here with more one-on-one.